Hello, welcome back to the KBS podcast. I am Jake Ressler. I'm the creative director of KBS.
And I'm Yena Kong, one of the co-presidents of KBS this year.
And Yena, who are we meeting with today?
Today, we have on our podcast VSA, who's also known as the Vietnamese Student Association, and they are here to promote their event, OSU VSA Eats.
Awesome. Let's get right into it.
Welcome, VSA, to the KBS podcast. Can you guys all go around and introduce yourselves and who you are in VSA?
Hi everyone, I'm Maria. I use she, her pronouns, and I'm the co-president of VSA.
Hi, my name is Molly Ratswong, and I use the pronouns she, her, hers, and I am the external vice president for VSA.
Hello everyone, my name is Kenny Vo. I'm the other co-president for VSA. I use the pronouns he and his.
Okay, cool. Can one of you guys describe what is VSA and like who is open to join and just like the details of someone, if they just came in, they didn't know what it was and you just had to give them like a 10-second spiel of what it was.
Okay, I guess I am. I didn't know who Kenny was, but yeah, so the Vietnamese Student Association is a cultural organization, but we're also a nonprofit, and we're basically a community to students who identify as Vietnamese, but we're not just like exclusive to Vietnamese students. We are inclusive to people who are just interested in Vietnamese culture as well. So anyone could join, basically.
Yeah, awesome. You guys want to go around and talk about a little bit why you joined VSA and what got you involved?
Okay, so I actually didn't join VSA until sophomore year. I've always known about it, but I was always like, oh, because I'm actually not Vietnamese, I'm Lao, so that's like a country over, but I was always interested because it's like the closest thing I could have to like a Lao Student Association, because that didn't exist on campus, and everybody's like, oh, you should start your own and stuff like that, and I really wanted to, but there was just some complications and stuff like that, and stuff I didn't want to go through, creating a whole organization by myself. And then I got close with some, VSA people and here and there, and then one day they were like, oh, Molly, are you like interested in being in our culture show? And I was like, what's that? And so culture show basically is a show that we have in February where we basically just put on a show all about Vietnamese culture. Like it has dances, singing, I don't know what else.
We have like skits.
Oh yeah, we have skits and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And yeah, and so I joined VSA through culture show, which is not typical, but it is what it is.
And then I don't know if Kenny wants to go or I could go. I could go. Okay. So for me, I came into college knowing that I wanted to join VSA because my high school, we didn't really have like cultural organizations or like anything like Vietnamese Student Association, anything like that. And I always wanted to like find an organization where I could connect more with my own heritage, I guess. And so, yeah, I went to Involvement Fair. I saw so many cultural orgs, like besides VSA, there's like KSA, CASA, a bunch of other orgs, and I was like, wow, I really want to join the APIA community, and that's how it all started. Went to an event and just gave it a few more times because like your first event isn't always going to be like the best, I guess. So if you just keep going, getting yourself involved, you just end up being on e-board. Yeah, that's tricky.
Alrighty, I guess I'll go next. So I've been involved in VSA for like the past 4 years, and I joined because it really made it seem as if I had a home outside of home with the community and just everyone that was involved. Everyone was super welcoming, and just became like a close-knit like family for me. Even though I only live like an hour away from Columbus, it was just nice to be able to find a community that I can talk to and relate to. And it's not just like because I'm Vietnamese and stuff like that. It's just because a lot of us just, you know, have similar backgrounds and identities and similar struggles as like growing up. So it's great to talk about that, like finally relate to someone, and you know, someone that can like will listen to you and like empathize with you as opposed to just like listen to you and like kind of like judge you in a way. But yeah, so it was like super nice. And then another way that I just got like roped in was through our culture show. So a lot of time, a lot of involvement comes through a culture show because we invite a lot of our GBM to participate in our dances and stuff like that. And it was just such a fun time, like learning how to like dance with the cultural props that we have, like fans, hats and lotuses and stuff like that. And it was just a fun time. And it really just became a home for me at OSU. Yeah.
No, that's so nice that you guys were able to find an organization that you're really comfortable with and that really like spoke to you, obviously, because you've been in it for a while now too. So just to like switch over, food. We know your event is all about food, but before we get into that, I just wanted to ask you, I know in Korea we have so many dishes that I love and like so many dishes that I'm sure like other people love too, but I was wondering, and like they are popular, especially now these days since Korean culture has been like very, what's the word, popping off, I guess, like lack of a better word, like I don't know. But like I want to know, like, what is your favorite like Vietnamese food that like people don't necessarily know about? Like I know people know about like pho, and like that's very like a lot of people know about that, but what is something that like people wouldn't think about, but you would recommend that they try once in their life?
Even though I am on exec board for the Vietnamese Student Association, I don't know. Okay, so like a lot of Lao dishes are in Vietnamese dishes are, I don't know how to explain it. They're just intermingle. So I had to clarify like what it was called, but it's called bun gan. Like how do I explain it? It's like chicken noodle soup, but then like the noodles are like made out of tapioca, so they're chewy. And I love eating that like whenever. It doesn't have to be like every time. Like in Lao culture, you're supposed to like eat it like on a cold like morning or whatever, like as breakfast or whatever. But like I eat it whenever, like as long as I get like 4 dishes in, I'm eating 4 dishes of it in. 4 dishes of it today. So Bangan's my favorite. That's not very common.
Yeah. I also like bangan, but like besides that, like I'd say like my favorite is pho, and I know it's like everyone's dish that everyone knows in Vietnamese culture, but it is good. Like it's delicious. But I would say like my second would be bun bao, and it's like I don't know how to really describe it. So if there's a picture you can add in,
Okay.
it's cool. But
Yeah, I would say like honestly like my favorite is also pho. Like that's just such a like a staple dish. So everyone just loves it. But my next favorite dish I would say is bun uk. So like if y'all don't know what it is, it's just basically like not rice paper, but like rice noodle sheets, and like you kind of cut it up into like kind of like strips kind of, and you eat it with like fish sauce and like different like vegetables and like fried onions and stuff like that. It's super good, and it's like super light, so like if you don't want any like too heavy and like oily, like it's like one of like the dishes that like I prefer to eat. But yeah, it's really good.
Okay, so transitioning from your favorite food, is there any of your favorite restaurants that you can recommend like around OSU and around campus?
Yeah, so like the two like restaurants that I would like recommend in the Columbus area would be Hung's or Mi Li. Mi Li's a little farther out, but they have a lot of variation of Vietnamese food that I like. So it's not like just typical like pho, like that's it. Like they have like a lot of like different Viet cuisines and even Vietnamese drinks that you wouldn't like necessarily like always see at like typical Vietnamese restaurants. So that's what I appreciate with Mi Li's, but you know, it's a little bit of a drive. So you know, Hung's is also nice too.
yeah, I also know like Buckeye Pho is one. Like I used to go there, but like a lot of my like friends don't really like it. But it's not bad. Like for me personally, it's like your standard food. You know, it's not bad. It's not too good. It's okay.
Okay, so then just to segue into that, I know your event this upcoming week is about food. So like, can one of you guys like describe what it is? Like, how are you doing it and whatnot?
Yeah, so basically we always have like a big food event in the fall semester that really emphasizes like not only like our culture but like other Southeast Asian cultures, because we realized that like a lot of Southeast Asian like foods aren't recognized enough, if that makes sense. Like, you know, like you said earlier, like Korean food is like really popping off and like everyone loves it, but like Southeast Asian food doesn't get that much love. And so typically we would have a Southeast Asian Southeast feast. Yeah,
Feast
Southeast
with the Southeast.
Yeah, feast of the Southeast. I said it wrong. But feast of the Southeast, and we would collaborate with like KBSA, sometimes PSA. I think last year we got the Thai Student Association to join as well. Yeah, unfortunately, you know, because COVID, we're not able to do that in person. So we were trying to brainstorm like, oh, what can we do that like kind of, you know, has that same feeling as Feast of the Southeast. So we were like, well, it'd be fun. So we were like, oh, let's do OSU Eats, like Uber Eats. So basically, we're gonna be, you know, cooking it up here and making some good dishes and desserts so that we can like either have people come and pick it up or deliver it. And basically, you know, kind of like Uber Eats, we could show up to your house like your food has been delivered, and it's like left at your front door. So yeah, that's the idea behind our VSA Eats.
Yeah, we wanted to do like a collaborative effort, but just thinking about it logistically, like we want to try it out with like just VSA first, and if it works, then like, you know, we'll just have another food event.
No one's gonna complain about that. I know I won't. Just saying. So like, the more the merrier. No,
Yeah.
I will be buying some spring rolls from you like as soon as this is over. Like, not gonna lie, because it'll sound real good right now. So
Yeah.
like, you'll see my name pop up on that Google form like 10 seconds after this is over.
Yeah, so OSU VSA Eats, we have our forms open from October 5th to October 10th. And then once the form closes and we send out, you know, your receipt and your payment information, food delivery will happen on October 13th, the Tuesday, from 7 to 9 p.m. So, yeah.
Oh, yeah. Thank you all for having us today. We really appreciate you taking out the time to, you know, have us on your podcast today. If anyone was wishing to, like, you know, join VSA, you can follow us on Facebook at Buckeye VSA, and then also our Instagram, which is OSU VSA. And then in our bio, we have a link tree that also can direct you to our Discord, where we provide a lot of updates, and then also a lot of the community is there just to kind of talk to each other and hang out. So we would love to see more people and faces pop up in the Discord and hang out with us. Yep.
Thank you, guys.
Yeah, thanks for joining us.
Thank you.
Well, that was a lot of fun. The event sounds really cool.
Yeah, I'm going to order spring rolls like right now as soon as this ends.
Yeah, I'm sure you are. Well, I thank everyone for joining us on this podcast today. If you want more information about their event, it will be in the description of the video, and I hope to see you guys in the next podcast. Bye-bye.